Hey guys, this is Rachel from Cypress Textiles, and today we're going to make the golden ash square from the 2018 VVCAL Reboot. So let's get started. I'm going to use a Shapejust Soft Fun and just going to make a slip knot and chain 3 and then join with a slip stitch in the third chain from the hook to make a ring. And you can chain 4 and make a ring if that's easier for you, or you can also do a magic ring to start with, whatever your preferred method is. So into this ring, I'm gonna make a beginning 2DC cluster. So let me back that out. I'm gonna go straight into the ring and make a single crochet because I'm making a beginning DC. So in the pattern, a beginning DC is where you just make a single crochet and a chain 1. So I'm not gonna chain up or anything. I just go straight into a single crochet and then chain 1. And the other part of my 2DC cluster is a regular DC. So this is a beginning 2DC cluster. It's a beginning DC and then a full DC. And when you come around to join, you'll just work into the top of this this full DC as if it were a cluster. So once you have your beginning 2DC cluster, okay, a beginning DC and a full DC, you're gonna chain 2 and then make a regular 2DC cluster. So yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and draw through 2 loops on the hook. And so you're leaving 1 loop behind, so it's like an incomplete double crochet. Then yarn over, insert the hook again, pull up a loop, pull the yarn through 2 loops on the hook, and now you have 3 loops, your leading loop and your 2 partial DCs. So by drawing the yarn through all 3, you've got your first 2DC cluster. All right, and that's our repeat, just chain 2, 2DC cluster, and we're gonna do it 6 more times so that we have 8 total 2DC clusters. Okay, so now my round is complete and I've got 2 chains on the hook here, and I'm ready to join into this DC like I talked about. So normally if you're joining into a DC, you're gonna go into these top loops here, but we're not gonna do that because we're treating this like as if it was a cluster. So I'm gonna go through these front 2 loops of that DC and make my slip stitch. All right, and now I've got my round complete and I'm gonna work straight into this chain space for the next round. So I'm gonna go in with a single crochet and a chain 1 and then 3 double crochets and then a chain 1 and a single. Okay, so that's all in one space. Now in my next space, I'm gonna make a single crochet, chain 10, single crochet, chain 10, 8, 9, 10, okay, single, and I'm gonna do this until I have 5 chain 10 loops. 7, 8, 9, 10, single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, ooh. Single, and I think I need 1 more, let's just double check, yes, 4, okay, I need 1 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all right, and single. All right, so that is all in 1 chain space. Don't worry, it starts to feel like an octopus or something, but don't worry, everything will get straightened out on the next round. So this is our repeat. In this next chain space, I'm gonna make this again, the single, chain 1, 3DC, chain 1 single, and then in the next space, I'm gonna make this little fun chain loop section. So just go ahead and do your repeat. Make sure you have 5 chain 10 loops. All right, so just anchor it at first with your single and then chain loop. So you're gonna have 6 single crochet in this part with 5 of these chain loops in between. All right, and so that we're just gonna alternate. So we're gonna make this little petal and then this business. So this crazy round is finished. Trust me, everything will come together on the next round. So I've got my single crochet on the hook here and I'm ready to make a Okay, so I'll make a slip stitch into the first single of this round, and then another slip stitch into the chain. Go directly into the chain and make a slip stitch. All right, so now I'm ready. I have these 3 double crochets here, and I'm gonna make a beginning 3 DC together, or DC3 together. So beginning DC3 together. So I'm gonna go into the first DC with a beginning DC. So I'll just go ahead and do a single crochet without chaining up and chain 1. And now I'm gonna DC 2 together. So yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2 loops on the hook, and then in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, draw the yarn through 2 loops on the hook. So now I've got 3 loops. I've got a loop from my beginning DC, and I've got 2 unfinished DCs. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And that closes my beginning 3DC, my beginning DC3 together. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 3 and single crochet into this chain 10 loop. Try to get as close to the top as you can. Single crochet, and then chain 1, find your next loop. Don't get them out of order and don't get them twisted like this. Make sure that it's the right way, facing the right direction. And single crochet. And now the next one is the middle loop. So I'm gonna make a chain 1, and then in this one, it's like the center of the 5. I'm gonna do a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the same loop, chain 1, get my next loop ready, single crochet, chain 1, got my next loop, single crochet. All right, and now I'm gonna chain 3. Okay, so now I've got my next petal here, and I'm going to make a DC3 together exactly how I did before. So yarn over and go into that first DC. You're just gonna skip the single crochet and the chain. Okay, make a partial DC and another one in the next stitch and another one. So you have a DC3 together. Okay, we're good. And then we're gonna do the same repeat again. Chain 3 and do the repeat just like we did this one. Single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and then our corner, just like we did previous, and then all the way until you get back to the beginning. Okay, so you can kind of see how everything is a little more under control, and it'll get even better on the next round, on the next 2 rounds. So what I have here is 3 chains on my hook, and I'm looking at the beginning DC3 together. So I'm gonna treat this like a cluster, and I'm gonna go through these 3 loops again, and then that's where I'm gonna make my slip stitch to join my round. All right, so now I'm ready to work into this next chain space, and I'm gonna go in there with 3 single crochet. All right, and then I'm going to, in these 2 chain spaces, I'm gonna make 2 half double crochet. So half double, half double. All right, and in my next chain space, 2 half doubles. Okay, in our corner, we're gonna make 5 single crochet. And then again, 2 half doubles and 2 half doubles. These are going into those chain 1 spaces that are in between your big chain 10 loops. And now we're to this chain 3 space again. So we're gonna work 3 single crochet and a chain 1. And that is our repeat. So now we're back to this first chain 3 again. And so we're gonna go straight into our 3 singles and continue around in this manner until we get back to the beginning. Chain 1 on the hook, and I'm gonna go into the first single crochet of the round with a slip stitch. And now I'm smooth sailing. So I'm just gonna work straight into the next stitch with a single crochet. And all these stitches to the side, you're gonna get single crochet, and then in the corner stitch, you'll make 3 singles. And then you're gonna come up to, let's see, this is the corner, so 3 singles. And you're gonna come up to that chain 1 that you made, and you'll just make a single crochet into that chain 1. All right, so that way you've got your 88 stitches whenever you're finished with this round. Alrighty, so here's the golden ash square all finished. So I've gone ahead and joined in the first stitch of the round with the slip stitch, and I've cut my yarn tail here, and now I'm just gonna weave my yarn tail. So I go from back to front through both loops of the stitch to the left of the joining stitch, pull the tail to the back, and then in the stitch to the right of the joining stitch, go back to front through back loop only this time. And then in every stitch after that, just go back to front through back loop only, and you'll find your tail gets woven in very easily that way. So that is the end of our square. This is the golden ash square from the 2018 VVCAL Reboot. And I hope you guys enjoyed the square, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Happy crafting, y'all.